All right. Hello, everybody. Today is the 10th of September, and the whole world is talking about suicide prevention. My first question for today is: would we choose the 10th of September to come and talk about suicide, and then everybody goes their way, and then life continues as is? Or do we regularize talking about suicide so that the whole world gets to chant no more suicides? And hopefully we get to a point whereby suicides are reduced to zero or even a minus. Hello everyone, Dr. Amina Kakangi here, and it's been a while. And I chose today because suicide is something we have to talk about. We must talk about as much as possible. What is suicide? I think we already know what suicide is. It's an intentional act hoping for its final or fatal outcome that a person takes in order to take their life, so to speak. So, really, what do we need to know? What do we need to do? And how do we get to the point where we're trying to reduce suicide? So, basically, everybody is prone to getting to a point in their life where they feel they're tired or there's no hope. There's a fine line, a very fine line between mental stability and mental instability. And anything that can destabilize the mental health can eventually lead to one contemplating or even intending to commit suicide. So the mental disorders that we're just gonna roughly brush over that can lead to suicide are most commonly depression, psychoactive substance use of drugs, schizophrenia with command auditory hallucinations. Yes, hearing voices telling you end it, do it. Bipolar affective disorder with impulsivity, borderline personality disorder, which we have not discussed. All forms of personality disorders actually can also lead to suicide. So the commoner gender that commits suicide, unfortunately, is the male gender. Why? Because they take more drastic actions than the women. Women are more likely to have what we call deliberate self-harm than actually completed suicides. What else do we need to know? Yes, that it's commoner among low and middle income countries. So hello Nigeria, hello Sub-Saharan Africa. We're expecting higher rates among us and our people than in the West, surprisingly, or maybe not so surprisingly. Does it have much to do with spirituality? That's something we should come back and discuss another time. But for today, spirituality, yes, protects, but when it gets down to a person being severely ill and actually contemplating suicide, spirituality takes a back burner. So, if we have a person that is telling you that he or she intends to take his life, his or her life, the first thing to do is not to preach to them. It's actually to get them help as soon as possible. And if you are the person then who is contemplating suicide, then spirituality is not your next step. Your next step is healthcare. You can do spirituality just by the side, together, or after, any which way. So, in a nutshell, suicide, taking one's life, is not something that anybody or any family should have to go through. It's something that leaves in its wake grief, a lot of grief and sadness, and a lot of missed opportunities for families, for communities. Call it some sort of I don't want to use the word taboo, but it leads to self-blame among families and communities. What did we do wrong? How could we have helped? And the simple way to help a person who gets down to being so ill that they're contemplating their lives, the simple way is to get them help. Get them the help that they need. Get them to the healthcare facility or to the healthcare personnel that they need as soon as possible. It's an emergency, you have to act now. So I hope we know it better today, and I hope we do better by the people who ever risk taking their lives. Thank you.